Hey guys, Britt here. Welcome to End Times Bible Prophecy. Today we're going to talk about the European energy crisis. Right now, Europe is weak and vulnerable. They're highly dependent on Russia for their energy needs. Is there a way they can turn that around into a position of strength and energy independence and become a superpower? I believe the answer is yes. How? By launching a modern day Manhattan Project. So let's talk about what that means. Now, yesterday we went over a world where mutually assured destruction will become obsolete. And if you didn't get a chance to see that video, I encourage you to go back and watch that. Take a look at that, understand what we're talking about in this context. But that will happen one day based on the development of technologies that are just on the horizon. Some of those include artificial intelligence, molecular manufacturing, quantum computing, swarm technologies. There's a whole host of different advanced technologies. We're just going to put under the umbrella of advanced technologies for terms of this discussion. But the question could be, well, okay, what nation or nations is best positioned to develop those technologies and overnight become the world's greatest power? And I believe this is based on speculation, but I believe that the best positioned is the European Union. Now, why? So if you Google, you look in any search engines for PhDs or degrees in materials engineering, chemical engineering. You look at spending, national spending on artificial intelligence and nanotechnology, nanomaterial sciences, a whole host, all of these things, swarm technologies, quantum computing. You're going to come up with a list of different nations. And inevitably, you're going to see the United States, China, and Russia. But what you're also going to see is Germany, France, Italy, the United Kingdom, Poland, Hungary. You're going to see a whole bunch of a who's who of European nations, nations that either in the European area or actually in the European Union as we speak. And so there's definitely the resources available for the European Union to set up their own modern day Manhattan Project. And they definitely have the motive right now. Why? They are weak. They are at Russia's mercy. They've started all these green initiatives to get rid of fossil fuels. They've shut down nuclear power plants. And now they find themselves in this position where they can't meet their energy needs. Now, how could they overcome that? They could overcome that by launching this new Manhattan Project to create a nanofactory. Now, what is a nanofactory? That's a whole separate discussion, but it would involve bringing all of these technologies together. And what we're going to do today, I'm going to read a passage from this book, Racing Toward Armageddon. I put it out a few years ago. But let's go and see what one of the benefits of a nanofactory is according to this passage from that book. Now it states, clean, renewable, and inexpensive energy. Believe it or not, an endless supply of cheap energy already surrounds us. In fact, it's so cheap, it's nearly free. What is this energy source? Sunlight. That's right. All the energy we consume today is readily available from the sun. We just need to collect it. As of this writing, we can only capture a small portion, and it's not always the most efficient source of energy. But nanofactories will change that. Nanofactories will construct new materials. These new materials will require less surface area for collection. They'll also enable us to create better solar batteries. These batteries will store enough power to keep the lights on at night and on cloudy days. When this happens, solar power will become the cheapest and most efficient source of energy on Earth. This endless supply of energy will then further fuel the world's nanofactories, continuing the exponential advance of technology. Now think about that for a moment. The sun and its energy is abundant. 150, 200 years ago, fossil fuels were abundant, but people didn't know how to harness fossil fuels the way we have learned to harness them today to meet our energy needs. The same is going to be true of sunlight. Sunlight is plentiful. Plants use it. Plants use sunlight to grow, and they're manufacturing on a molecular scale to go from being a seed into this full-grown plant that harnesses the sun's energy as well as the immediate resources of the soil and of rainwater to grow and create. And so we're going to see that same thing happen in the future when these advanced technologies, and that's just the term I'm going to use, is going to create an environment where solar energy becomes the most efficient and abundant source of energy on the planet. We're going to be reliant on it. In very short order, it's going to flip from fossil fuels to solar energy. Just as in the past, we went from burning wood to burning coal to fossil fuels, we're soon going to turn to sunlight and solar power for that energy. Now, what if the European Union launches a program based on meeting their energy needs? They're also going to get something else in return, because whoever creates this technology is going to be in a position to dominate the world. And if you disagree with me on that, let's take a look back at this article from several years ago where someone else came to that same conclusion. This is from Fox News. It says, Vladimir Putin says the leader in artificial intelligence will be the ruler of the world. We scroll down, it says Russian President Vladimir Putin says that whoever reaches a breakthrough in developing artificial intelligence will come to dominate the world. Putin, speaking Friday at a meeting with students, said the development of artificial intelligence raises colossal opportunities and threats that are difficult to predict now. He warned that the one who becomes the leader in this sphere will be the ruler of the world. So think about that. This isn't just me saying this. This is one of the world's top leaders, whether for good or bad. He's one of the world's top leaders. And make no doubt about it, he wants these technologies for himself. Now, he's talking here specifically about artificial intelligence, but there's a wide umbrella. When he's talking about artificial intelligence, he means a whole host of these advanced technologies that artificial intelligence is going to help accelerate. So if you were to go back and look at Ray Kurzweil, he's a futurist, former inventor. He works for Google. And in the past, he's written various predictions based on technology that have come true. And one of his predictions is that by the year 2029, $1,000 of computing power will be equal to the human brain. So think about that for a moment. If that's true, then that means that if you have $1 billion, you could put 1 million brains at your disposal to work on your behalf. 1 million brains that don't have to rest, sleep, they don't get sick, they don't have bad days. They're completely efficient, working around the clock 24/7. Now think about that. That's just $1 billion doing that. Companies like Berkshire Hathaway and Google and Amazon and Apple, they have billions of dollars, tens of billions of dollars, just sitting on their balance sheet that they could put to work when this time comes to do things like that. If they can do that, think of what governments can do and what they have at their disposal. So again, Vladimir Putin, you can bet he's exploring these technologies. He wants to be that leader that dominates the world. Who will it be? That remains to be seen, what nation or nations that will be. But the Bible tells us in Daniel chapter 2, Daniel chapter 7, as well as Revelation 13, that there will be a global empire that will dominate the world, and that global empire will be part of a revived Roman Empire. And so it makes sense that the current nations of the European Union, who also fit the description in Daniel chapter 2 of what that revived Roman Empire will look like. They fit that in the present day with their, strong as iron, weak as clay, and trying to form alliances, but they don't quite stay together. We've been over that in past videos before. But it would make sense that the European Union is the one that achieves this breakthrough. And if so, they're going to have two options at their disposal. They can either sit on that advantage and wait for other nations like Russia to develop similar capabilities, and then you have an unstable arms race that takes place that eventually explodes into a global catastrophic war that destroys all of humanity. Or you can take advantage of that leading opportunity to get rid of any possible competitors and establish a global government or a global empire. And so I believe that the logical choice for most world leaders is going, whether their intentions are good or evil, they're going to say that first outcome is not one that we want, so we must, for the sake of humanity, take over the world, conquer the world. And so the Bible says this is coming, guys. We live in a time when all the signs Jesus and the prophets said to look for are present. Now we're seeing things like this, these emerging technologies that are going to lead to the very things that the Bible describes happening in the end times. So what do you think? Leave your comments below. Like this, share this. I appreciate all your thoughts and comments. They're very uplifting. Today's a short video. It's my birthday, so I'm gonna get out of here and go eat some chocolate cake with chocolate chips in it and vanilla icing. So God willing, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks. If you want to learn more about the end times and Bible prophecy, make sure to sign up for my free monthly newsletter and get your copy of my free ebook, 7 Signs of the End Times. Just follow the link in the description to get your free book. Also, make sure to check out all of my books. Just look up Britt on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Apple iBooks, Google Books, Kobo, or anywhere books are sold. Thanks for watching today, and until next time, keep your eyes fixed on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith.